What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alanis Morissette. And we're returning to Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie, 1998. And the next song is the letters U and R. And I don't expect this to be about the Sumerian city-state of so in that regard, I'm guessing this is shorthand for UR, what we would now consider text message type phrasing. So, yes, even if that's the case, there's no additional context, and who knows, it could be something else. So, let's give it a listen. This is Alanis Morissette. The song is UR, or and it's from her 1998 album, Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie.
Too many names and psychoses. All this incriminating evidence would surely haunt me if someone broke into my house. Suits in the living room. Do you realize, guys, I was born in 1974. We've got someone here to explain your publishing. We know how much you love to be in front of audiences. Hopeful, you are school-bound. You are naive. You are driven. You are. Take a trip to New York with your guardian and your fake identification. When they say, is there something, anything you'd like to know, young lady? You say, yes, I'd like to know what kind of people I'll be dealing with. Precocious, you are headstrong. You are terrified. You are ahead of your time. You are. Don't mind our staring, but we're surprised you're not in a far-gone asylum. We're surprised you didn't crack up. Lord knows that we would have liked to have been there, but you keep pushing us away. Resilient, you are big time. You are ruthless. You are precious. You
What a lovely tune. It does feel very 90s. And like, before I even went through Jagged Little Pill, if you had played this and said, oh, here's an Alanis Morissette tune from the 90s, it sounds like what I would have expected. Now again, that was based on my hearing of a couple of her big hits from Jagged Little Pill on the radio. But yeah, it feels very much in her center lane, if you will, both sonically and vocally, and again, like, artful, seemingly personal and cleverly phrased lyrics, and definitely you are headstrong, and like, using these different phrases. But by the end, it's like she was saying, like, she's surprised that this person has not been like committed, it seemed like, and saying that like, you know, we, the rest of us, and maybe her and some other people in a social or interpersonal circle, like that whatever this person has been through or whatever they're doing, that would have led them to absolutely be, you know, committed, if you will. So yeah, I don't know the story here, but I caught enough to know that it is designating this other person as, you know, having these certain qualities, being in certain ways, or having a certain type of personality, and that seems like it's part of a story that has taken place over time, in which the narrator, Alanis's character, is now commenting on in the present. But yeah, definitely one I'll have to listen to some more and try to digest the lyrics a bit further. But yeah, I love the harmonica. That was a surprise feature, and indeed, like, maybe that's one of the differences where I would have said, you know, had I heard this without going through Jagged Little Pill, or, you know, the first part of this album, I would have been a bit surprised by it, because, you know, my reputational understanding of Alanis going into this deep dive is that, like, oh, you know, kind of that, like, 90s alternative rock. Definitely her vocal stylings, the ones that I've come to know even better than I had a sense of them, you know, back when her songs were playing on the radio and I remembered hearing tunes from Jagged Little Pill. Yeah, they're very much present here. She just has that little swerve in her vocal delivery that I very much enjoy. But she has lines here that, like, the last word of a line vocally will be like the first word of the next line, like if the lyrics were written out, which I enjoy. There's actually, you know, a punk band that I'm forever fond of, Propagandhi. Once they got a bit more sophisticated in their songwriting, they started doing that, where like the line as they sing it ends like mid-line as it would be written on the page, and then the next line melodically picks that same verbal or like lyrical line up and continues it or finishes it. So I felt like there was a little of that happening here. But yeah, a cool tune, and as I said, I enjoyed the harmonica touch in particular, but definitely just an overall very sonically pleasing tune. I just don't know quite what to make of the narrative on a first listen. So once again, shout out to all the folks following this deep dive. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.